Welcome to Academic Web Services. I am your host, David Pinter. And in this session, what we're going to be talking about is working with Lightroom Classic. Now, sometimes you're going to be working with a lot of images, you're working on a project, and it's good to collect images and organize them in certain ways and make sure you have these folders readily available inside of Lightroom. So what I want to do is I want to show you basically how to set this up with folders and collections and so forth. So the first thing I want to do is I want to take a look at Lightroom here, and over off to the left side is kind of like it's a navigator and catalog and folders. This is where all of the files are going to be residing. We don't have any in here yet, but I'll show you how to bring them in. In the middle is going to be your viewing space of all of your thumbnails of images, and on the right side you'll have what the image's meta tag data information is. Up at the top we have other things that we're going to get into a little bit later here, but there's a little menu. Now, first thing I want to do is I want to basically add in a folder. So what we can do is we can actually click this little plus sign and add a folder, or what we can do is come down here to this button and then import. So let's click on that button and import something. Now what happens is it shows you that on my external drive here, okay, and I could fly out these other ones too, which show a lot of different folders that I have. But on this particular one, I'm on this T7 hard drive, I already have these particular folders already set up on there in my folder on my hard drive. So let's say, for instance, I would go to this one particular one here, this folder called Abstract Web, and it looks pretty good to me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to import this particular folder over here. So let's import this in. And what it has right now, it's telling me it's doing the number count, it's saying that I have 79 images. And I can click on that, it's showing me all of the 79 images that I have in here. And I can just click on this little film strip on the bottom and just start highlighting some of the images here. All right, next thing I want to do is I want to create a collection. And what a collection is if you have a folder of a bunch of images, and let's say, for instance, I've got, okay, a bunch of barn images, 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got 4 barn images, and I have some house images, I have some street and buildings and factories. I can separate those and use them more easily in my collections than trying to go through all of these images all the time and trying to scroll and find what I need. So what I want to do is I want to show you how to do that. So I'm going to come over here to the collections and I want to click on this little plus sign right here. I want to create collection. So let's call this, just for this purpose here, we'll call it Barns. Okay. So now what we're going to do is delete that one off of here. Okay. And now we're going to go back over to the Abstract Web one here. So before I do anything, I want to make sure that all of my files here have some keywords in them. So I'm going to click on this one image and go Command A or Control A if you're on the PC. So come over here and I can just start then typing names in here. It says click here to add keywords in. So I'm going to say abstract, like this. Okay, notice that one comes up there. Now I'll hit return on the keyboard. You'll see that it has been added. I'm going to put my name in. And here's some suggestions, by the way. You can click that. Okay, and it gets added in automatically. So here I can also put in Massachusetts. Okay, because I know that's where all of these particular images were taken. And I'm going to hit return on the keyboard to add that in as well. Now we'll go through the other ones later, but at this point what I want to do is I want to get the barn images into our Barns collection. So what I'm going to do is click on the folder. Okay, I'm going to click away. I want to click back on the folder here so nothing is selected. And then what I want to do is I want to click actually on the files that I want. So I'm going to take this one, hold down Command, click that one, this one, this one. I don't think I have any more pictures of barns, so we'll just leave it at that for right now. And notice that it doesn't have the actual word barn in here. So since I have these selected, I might as well add those in now at this point. So put in barn. Okay, like that. There we go. So that's it. So now what I want to do is I want to simply, since I have these 4 files selected, what I want to do is I want to click and drag them over to the folder here. All right, so take those and drag them over and drop them in. So what's nice now with a collection, I can then click on the actual collection selection here, and you can see now we can have that. And what you can also do too is you can also increase the size so you can get a little bit better look at what images that you have. So that right there is pretty much getting set up with your files, folders, and collections inside of Adobe Lightroom Classic.